Shout out to EA for sponsoring us on this video. Hello everyone, my name is GBG and in today's video, I bring to you Tales of Kenzera, Zao, which is out now. And in times of grief, the boy seeks out the God of Death Kalunga. He wants to bring back his dad at all costs, but of course with one condition. He has a quest: bring peace to the 3 great spirits that have cheated death. In return, Kalunga will return his dad to him, and thus you begin your adventure exploring the lands of Kenzera, with your companion being the God of Death, of course. My playthrough so far has been nothing but surprising, and I mean a pleasant surprise, you know, the kind that makes you kind of gives you goosebumps. So previously I did try a demo for this game, as I was invited to try it out on Steam, as I had this game on my wish list actually, because after we watched that PlayStation State of Play stream and I saw this game alongside Prince of Persia, I was like, dude, I have to try this game. Fast forward a few months, or I don't even know how long it's been, but probably a few months, and the demo comes out. And I was pleasantly surprised again because I wasn't expecting the game to be this well polished and interesting. Like, I saw the gameplay, which is what actually initially attracted me, but then the story came in and it turns out this kid lost his dad at a young age. And I could resonate with that because I too lost my dad at a young age. I lost my dad when I was 14. I was only just a boy. It literally looks like a story made for me. The struggles of growing up fatherless and only having a mother, which she's great by the way, but it's not the same not having your dad, you know? So with that being said, I mean, we have something in common already. The story was literally written for GBG. There you go, done. So in terms of story, that was a huge check mark. What makes me play video games is how good the gameplay is. And this game, the gameplay is insane. Yes, it is hard, and I mean I'm playing on the hardest difficulty here, but still, the traps and the way they set you up with these enemies plus the traps on the sides, insane. Straight up ridiculous. Think twice before you pick the hardest difficulty. And I mean, enemies will have super armor, they will have certain elements that you can only damage them with, and if you're not using that, you're not killing them anytime soon. But first, let me give you guys a little peek at what my combat is looking like so far. And that was literally my first boss. Early on in the game, we get that type of gameplay. I was like, hold on a second, I only spent a few hours on to learn the mechanics and I'm already pulling this off? Okay, something is not right. There's definitely gonna be more. And yes, certain skills are actually locked behind your progression in the story. So depending on how far you are, of course, because then you'd be too broken. You saw what I just did to that boss. Imagine what you can do after you get all the skills. So this brings me to the Mask of the Sun. This is by far my favorite mask. I don't know if there's gonna be any more, but yeah, this is my favorite mask. Straight up mano a mano, in other words, hand-to-hand combat, that's how English people would say it, is what the Mask of the Sun is for. You get close to your enemies, you decimate and get out, and then go back to your crowd control mask, which is the moon mask, and stay safe, because when you get crowded in this game, like every other game, you will get destroyed. Well, Kalunga did tell me, be ready, and I just ignored it thinking, okay, well, this game is cake. I've learned, okay? I've been practicing for a few hours, I got this in the bag. Next thing you know, they summon this specific enemy which you can only damage with the moon mask. I'm like, no, don't do this to me. And like I said prior, I love using the sun mask. It's my favorite one. So when I get an enemy like this, I'm like, why? I can't deal damage with my sun mask. Can't juggle them, you can't do nothing. And you can't even stagger them, which is the worst part. They have super armor no matter what until you break that armor. And you know what the devs did? They put ranged type enemies, also armored, little poison birds that fly around the map and you can't reach them, that you gotta jump and try to hit them with the sun mask because obviously that deals the most damage close and direct. Also armored, and then you gotta take them all on at the same time whilst you're trying to deal with this specific elemental type. It is insane. This game is actually difficult. It's challenging, which I love, by the way. I'm just ranting because I had a really rough time trying to get through this specific level right here. As you can see, I enjoyed every single moment of this. The challenge was there, and I'm all up for a challenge. You know what? I'm never one to back up or give up on a game. That's not me. I will get through it, and I did get through it. Now let me explain what this level design right here did for me. I was too comfortable using the sun mask and just shredding through my enemies in close combat, which is what I love about games in general, you know? Hand to hand or close quarter combat, that's all me. And then when they introduce these enemies with specific elemental types that you can only damage them with, I was just like, hold on, we need to be more creative. We need to stop spamming the sun mask, even though you can't really spam because the minute you start spamming, you're getting destroyed. And use my moon mask too. So I started making combos where I switched from sun mask to moon mask and just really just adapting and knowing what my strengths are and paying attention to the enemies and what their elements are. It forced me to let go of my linear playstyle. It literally took my hand and said, listen, that doesn't work here. We need to, you know, let go of this and start using the other one too. And now I'm using all of them. I know it's only two, but you have a lot of skills. And this can be pretty overwhelming at first when you just start the game. But the minute you start getting the grasp of how Zao actually plays like, you're gonna be like, ah, yeah, this kid's fast. Oh, we didn't even touch about the platforming part, did we? Look at that. I barely just missed that, right? And I thought, I'm safe. And then, bam, another trap just waiting for me. And I was trying to tread carefully, and then boom, another arrow bashing to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, what else is there? Next thing you know, I get flattened and sent back to the beginning of the whole thing. No checkpoints. Your only checkpoint is getting good at the game. So with that all being said, the game has good story, really decent story, for me anyway. And gameplay is up there. The platforming is ridiculous and challenging. So what more could I ask for? I have one last clip to show you, and this is a main boss fight. I'm going to leave you guys with this one as I don't want to spoil too much. So it's only going to be a few seconds long. And then you guys can tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Sounds good? Once again, thank you so much EA for sponsoring this video. And for more information in regards to Tales of Kenzera, be sure to check out the link in the description down below, as it will tell you everything you need to know.